So yeah, so over there, you see that's the island of La Palma, and that thing over here is the volcano. I'm gonna try to get us, so I want to get down there actually, so we can get a better view of all of this. And let's see, let's make it over there. Hey everybody, today we came over to the National Park of El Teide. We have to look for a place for the 12th of August, which is next week. We gotta wanna find a spot where we can see the Perseids meteor shower, which is gonna happen on the 11th and the 12th. And the idea is to find a nice spot where we can look towards the north, preferably where there's no light contamination. I mean, we are at 2,000 meters above sea level, but as you can see behind me, look at the views. We gotta find a spot where there's preferably no moonlight that day, and where we can see all of the north, also the northeast as well, where we can see the best showers for that night. This is a nice trek actually, if you ever come to the islands of Tenerife, which you can take a nice stroll. This is a little dangerous also, because as you can see, the track is it's not at all marked really, but it's still interesting to take though, because you can find all these nice little places where you can get some really nice views. I'm actually gonna take one right now. Hopefully I'll survive. Hopefully. From up here you can see the lower towns. We won't be able to see anything today because there's a lower clouds, and we're actually above the sea of clouds basically. So I'm gonna try to get us to a spot where we can actually see that sea of clouds very well, and you'll see that much better actually. During these meteor showers or special occasions like this, people from the island and from all over the world will just come over, and this place gets packed. I'm gonna see if I can get us some footage for that night. Either way, we're trying to find a good location. If we can't find a location, we'll probably go somewhere else on the island. But the idea is to come here, preferably because we'll be able to get something, like this. First scratch of just trying to get back to the road. Hope it's the last one. and the only one. So we have to get like up there. This is actually maybe my third or fourth time looking at the Perseids. The first one was actually about 10 years ago, and that was actually a pretty crazy story. It was really random. We didn't even remember if that was actually the whole point of what we got up here that day. I just know that we finished dinner and one of the guys mentioned that this was happening that night. We had no telescopes, nothing. It's also very good to live in a place. I sound fatigued. Anyways, after the dinner, one of the guys mentioned this, and we decided to come and see it. I had never seen it before at the time, but it was actually pretty cool. It was our first time for many of us in the group that night to come over and see him. And we actually went to the place that I told you before, which was right over the other hill. And lucky for us that day, there weren't that many people there, less than a dozen actually. But because it was such a clear night that day and there was no moonlight, we were able to see some meteors. So right now what we're trying to do is see if we can actually see the shower itself, which is totally insane because it's like, so imagine if you got like the globe, and during that moment you have the globe spinning like so fast that you see like these flashes of light, and that's basically what the shower looks like if you can really see it with like perfect darkness and looking towards the north or the northeast. That's what we're trying to get this time, which I still haven't been able to see that. Yeah, so let's get back to the road and we're gonna try to get to the other place. Just so you have an idea how steep or how high I am in case of a fall. It's something like that down there. So it's, you can see it will be kind of bumpy if I fell. We finally made it back. These are the type of spots that if you really want to get like different views of the islands and discover like these unique places, you actually have to take the risk and just come over and try to not to step on the wrong rock. We're actually back at the road finally, and then we got some people over there. As you can see, they're watching. That's the views of the volcano. So we're gonna get back to the car now. Try to take the easiest route because I'm a little bit tired of just going through all these difficult trails. So I'll see you guys on our next spot.
You showed me how to dare to love, so tell me what you're thinking of.
You showed me how to dare to love, so tell me what you're thinking of.
You showed me how to dare to love.
I'm actually coming back to this spot for the second time. Here you can notice that the oxygen is a little bit less. I mean, it's only 2,000 meters. Actually, this is probably 2,100, maybe 2,200. But as you get a little bit higher in altitude, and with the wind and the lack of exercise, basically, you can tell that you start to feel a little bit less oxygen. But yeah, we're still gonna get there anyways. I want you guys to see the views. It's not that easy, to be honest, because you actually have to, in this case, since we're coming back the other way around, it's a little bit more complicated, because we have to go up the mountain and through these precipices also as well. So, voila, look at that. So yeah, so we have to get there. Right now the views are insane. You guys can see this from up here. It's a different view from before. Just check this out. So over there, right below the sun, is La Palma. We can no longer see that because of the sun over here. Then you see the Teide, which is a little bit closer, and then sea of clouds. It looks like it's endless in the horizon. It's just, today is actually pretty cool because we have clear skies, even though we have some Sahara sand, which is quite common here in the Canary Islands. In Spanish it's called calima, and it's basically the easterly winds from the sub-Sahara desert. They blow and they bring these small particles of sand basically into the archipelago. And for example, this year it's been horrible actually. Back in February, we actually had maybe 1 or 2 days where the airports were closed on the islands because it was just horrible. You couldn't see anything. That's how bad it was. That happens maybe a few times a year, but this year was actually the worst one. I'm hoping that for next week we won't have anything. Just so you guys can see really quick. I don't know if you can see it all, but you see the sun, you see this yellowish line all across the horizon. Alright, so that's actually not just the sun, right? Some calima that's still lingering around. These past days we had some. It wasn't as bad, but still, like, if you want to do any sort of like stars observation, I mean, it's just kind of messes it up. But right now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get to this spot here just up ahead, and we're going to be able to see something really cool, which is the clouds here and then the other side of the island. This spot is actually quite nice as well for the Perseids, because we're able to see the north. The thing about this location is, one, if you bring telescopes and then camera equipment, it's kind of a hassle because it's quite far from the road. And then the other thing is, that night to this particular spot, I've never been here, so I honestly don't know if it's gonna be packed or not. So it could be, I don't know, we'll see. But we decide, the group and myself, whether we come over here next week or if we go to the north of the island and check those spots instead. It's already getting a little bit cold. The temperature up here drops very quickly. As soon as you get into the shade, you can go like maybe, I don't know, anywhere from like 3 to 5 degrees, like that. So you have to be careful. It drops pretty quickly, and as you can see, I'm not wearing any sweaters or anything, so I don't want to be catching a cold or anything. Yeah, you gotta be careful up here because of that. These weather temperatures shifts, especially when they're all sudden. You can get sick really quickly. Alright, so again, Gran Canary, This is Guimar, which is a town, and you have Arafo, which is another town. You have the capital of the Canary Islands, which is just over there. Maybe I'll make another video. Just let me know in the comments section below if you guys want me to make a video of getting to that peak over there. That's Pico Chomarcial. We're gonna make our way back. Last time I came here, we got almost to the base of the peak, but we had to turn back because it was already 3 hours into the trail and we got hungry. So it started like around 10 and we didn't even get to the base until like 1:30. So we just had to turn around. And then also the cars were on the other side where the road is, where I was telling you that we were before. So it would have taken us at least another 3 hours to get back to the car. So we just turned around and made our way back. And one of the guys from the group just surprisingly ran all the way to the car. And then he came and picked us up. So yeah, I'm trying. See, you gotta be careful here. I just sidestepped and actually was making my way down. Let me get back on the trail. Alright, so, okay, here, we're back in it. Alright, so, I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm gonna try to rush a little bit down the trail. Back, just watch the last few minutes before the sun finally goes down. So, thanks for joining me. I'm trying to find these spots for the Perseids of 2020. See if I can get a good position for us to check them out next week. But most probably we're gonna check out the north area as well of the island, where we might be able to get a better view of the meteor shower. Mostly because this area is probably gonna be packed. Thanks for joining me. Gonna get the last few minutes. Remember to subscribe and let me know in the comment section below your experience, if you guys seen the Perseids before, or if you guys also want me to make a video of the trail to Pico Chomarcial. And see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Thank you.